Welcome everyone to the Everything Show. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I am with Ben. What's up, Ben?
Hello.
What's up, Sally?
What's up?
What's up, Vaughn?
What's up?
All right, what's going on, Ben?
Well, first, I was watching The Legends of Tomorrow last night. Constantine made a bit of a Doctor Who reference. Two of the agents are asking him to help him find the Wave Rider and fix it, and he responds, "I'm master of the dark arts, not Doctor Wibbly Wobbly. What's his name?"
Wow, that's cool.
I think he's a few doctors short on that reference.
Yeah. So, what's going on with Deadpool?
I heard there's like some secret cameo that they filmed for the movie. I'm not sure what it is. Secret, but my computer will work. I'll get the article.
Oh, you having problems? Okay, that's all right. I know we're going to have issues tonight because we're having a storm here, but... All right, so it looks like... Here's the thing. They were flipping out because that story came out that the movie with the reshoots was like... It went over bad with the fans. The company was going to spend tons of money. Then they're saying, oh, that's not true, but there's a controversial thing in there that pissed people off. And you're like, wait a minute, what? Now you got the actresses... The people who are doing the movie are coming out saying different things to try to like diffuse what could potentially be a disaster, like PR nightmare. Where
did they do a tasteless joke?
I don't know what they did, but
yeah, now right.
Now you're having all these people coming out and saying, "No, this is a regular thing when we do reshoots. All these companies do that, and blah blah blah." And so there's a secret cameo. Somebody appears. Don't know if maybe they got Hugh Jackman, which it would be nice if they did. And it would be a big surprise, not to us, but to everybody else for him to appear. And if it did appear, I would not be surprised because it takes a lot to surprise me in this day and age, but... Unless you get Patrick Stewart or James McAvoy as a cameo. And what did I say they should do to erase the Loganverse? Is he should say something if he's time hopping around. Oh, hey, Professor X, make sure you don't do this or something. And like just wipes out the whole Logan timeline just because he tells Professor X early on. That would be hysterical. But we'll see. I would like to know what kind of controversial thing they're going to do to piss everybody off.
It's Deadpool though. What haven't they done so far?
I mean, it would take a lot for people to get upset. I mean, considering if they don't know who Deadpool is, they might be.
Yeah, but we all know who Deadpool is, and we know that he has a very unique perspective on life.
Well, it looks like Black Panther is nearing $1,200,000,000 very soon. Very soon. We know that the Black Panther 2 is greenlit, but now today the story is they're wondering when they're going to announce a Tomb Raider 2 because supposedly.
I'm sorry, it's too soon for that.
Hi, Scott.
Very adamant about that.
I had the screen off and I didn't see you. Okay, hi.
Hey, Scott. Hey, Susie.
Hey, Scott.
Hello.
Oh my God, we just multiplied.
Hi, Sally.
Hello.
What the hell?
I'm sorry.
You know what sucks? When I go to look at the news, I can't see any of you.
Oh wow.
So I go over there and I'm in the dark. So when he just spoke, he scared the shit out of me. He said, "Oh my God, somebody else here." It's like somebody else is in my house and I don't know who's in my house. Shit.
I love how Scott just came in like randomly.
No. Get my way in.
It was like that movie that I just wanted to see just for that thing in the trailer.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about when she jumps to the?
Where he goes to she's looking out the peephole of the door.
Yeah, yeah.
She's like, let me in the house! Let me in the house! Like whatever. Like, what the hell? So let me in the house! It's like, Jesus. Jesus.
That's what it's like. Ah.
And then after seeing that, I'm like, oh, I'm going to see every friggin' movie this guy does. Because it was like, was it Mark Wahlberg? Was it Mark Wahlberg?
I know. I'm thinking.
Or it was somebody. One of the Wahlbergs.
Yeah.
It was one of the Wahlbergs.
Is it Wahlberg in that movie?
I think it was a Wahlberg in that movie. How many Wahlbergs are there? There's a Wahlberg in that.
There's many Wahlbergs.
You know.
Wait, we still
You
talking
got
about
the right stuff. No,
Baby.
not that Wahlberg. All right. Anyway.
I've been watching them all, so there you go.
Anyway, what was I talking about?
I don't
Oh,
know,
yeah,
but
Scott
Johnny
just scared the
listens
shit
in
out of me.
Charles.
Right. So anyway, yeah. So Tomb Raider, the article came out saying how it's a huge hit overseas, and they were asking when are they going to announce a sequel. Now we're at 130 right now. It's
Right.
only in week 1,
Yeah,
and
that's why.
it already passed its budget, but we still got to make more back because it's
Wait
half.
till May or June.
That's
Well,
what I'm
that's
saying.
late,
Wait a little
dude.
while.
They'll wait till May or June to announce
Not-
it.
Oh, wait till
No,
after the second
not for-
weekend.
Yeah.
to do it,
yeah.
Like
yeah.
2 weeks, dude.
2
Because
weeks.
this is not like Avengers and shit.
No.
No.
I mean, should be knocked out of the top 10 in like 3 weeks, 2 weeks.
Well,
Yeah,
that's,
that's
In
true.
April, we'll be talking about a sequel, if anything.
yeah.
Yeah. So,
And then we can do the Rise of the Tomb Raider, the actual
guess.
movie in the snow caps.
wow. Maybe.
Hmm.
So, yeah, Tomb Raider is doing well. God bless you, man.
Go Tomb Raider. And
You
we-
go,
It was good.
We
You go,
Jim and that.
Fassbender's wife. You go.
Wait.
Yeah.
When is Indy coming out?
Indiana
A new
Jones
movie.
is going to be filmed next year in April.
Yay!
And it's
Yay!
coming out in 2020.
Ooh, that'll be an anniversary.
It would also be something they doing something in
Yeah,
this movie that's never been done.
Ooh. I'm
Because the
intrigued.
actor is going to be 76, 77 when he starts filming. So
Oh,
he's going to whip out that whip and, are you ready, Susie? Yeah! No.
No, his friend will
Snakes
whip
and
out
all.
a cathedra and go.
Oh, my
oh,
God.
now that's just
No, he's going to be whipping
nasty.
off his belt and everything, and his pants
Oh,
are going
that's
to drop
just
too.
nasty.
All I know is if he starts running,
Nasty.
if he starts running with no computer effects, no nothing, and he's like top shape, like whatever, I'm gonna question if they just like did something to him to stop
Are they
the.
making spaghetti? No, that's his knees and ankles.
Oh my God, Scott!
Stop it, Scott.
Sky, man,
You are
coming.
so mean. You are
Scott,
mean.
you and your camel toe need to chill.
Oh, wow. I
God.
don't want to see
I said
that.
cameo. I didn't.
Ew.
Yeah,
Ew. Ew.
I got it right before it ended too.
Oh, wow. Don't show it to me. Ugh.
And I can just imagine what's on the other podcast. Oh, well, you want to watch a show where they're talking about camel toe for an hour, or do you want to watch me, where I'm like, oh, hello, cats and kitties. Oh. It's like, I think you want to talk about camel toe rather than that.
You're killing me.
Same thing happened when I woke up and I started cracking up. I'm like this. I'm like, I'm like laughing my ass off that somebody just
Oh,
commented
God.
constantly to my
I'm
shit.
dying.
I did block you from
And then
coming back.
blocked me from commenting. Wow, you're so brave. All right, can't wait to see what you do tomorrow.
Oh
Uh,
God,
he's
help
gonna
us.
I'm
have-
snowed in. So that means you might have 10 podcasts or more tomorrow.
Man, he probably gonna go and do a rant
You
again.
might lose your mind.
Hey, Scott, thank you for the song last night.
Oh, you sing now too? that
No, no, I went to the radio station.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Dynamic sound and music. I played her a few times. And,
I requested Beth by Kiss.
yep,
Oh,
It's
wow.
one of my favorite Kiss songs.
Nice.
it was fun. Yeah.
We need to, And I was thinking, because I was playing Smite before, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh my god, this is good, right? You imagine if all of us are playing like a video game as like a party, like taking people out, right, Vaughn? And just fighting monsters and shit? That'd be great. I was playing with one of our members, Jordan Bonds. We were playing Fortnite the other night.
Oh, nice.
And I guess I like it with a squad because when I try to do it myself, I get killed in 5 seconds that I land. I'm dead. But yeah, we got. I love Mortal Kombat XL lately. I just beat it with Raiden tonight.
Nice.
So, and I put it on the streaming, and of course it got flagged, and of course our Horrorcast got flagged, and our Everything Show got
Why
flagged.
is it getting flagged like that? Because it doesn't make sense. Why would
somebody just doesn't like us?
Oh well.
Well, then nuts to them.
Oh, we have too much fun. That's what they're.
That's right, man.
They don't like us because we're fun.
They
It's like
hate
that
us because
song.
they hate us.
Right, it's like that. So everybody wants some. Why don't you? Because they want some. That's what it is. Well, nobody cared about that. It's not funny at all. No.
Depeche Mode is what I was trying to think of the other night.
Depeche Mode.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite bands.
That's
People are
old
people.
school.
That's right.
Oh, well, we should be talking about this off air, but I will talk about it on air. We have to plan when everybody's around because we're gonna have a special guest
Ooh.
on the show.
Oh
So,
goodness.
We'll talk about this off air
Okay.
because we talked about this the other night.
And I wasn't here.
We have to book this person to talk to her. He's gonna be on the Gong Show. I don't know. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
What's up, dude?
Hi, Chris.
Hello, Chris. Internet problems. Hey, you hear us? Maybe it's well, is it Google? I don't know. No, you had a problem with Zoom before. Chris, you hear us?
He left the chat again.
Anyway, I saw
again.
that. Well, I want to talk to him about the Godzilla animated poster for the second one. Mechagodzilla was in there.
Ooh.
So
I know
hopefully,
I love my Godzilla.
Yeah, hopefully we can come back and we can talk about it.
I love monsters.
Now, we heard that Mark Hamill is going to be doing the voice of Luke Skywalker for an animated Star Wars thing. So he's going to, as a young Luke.
It already was released today. I watched it.
Oh, was it released today? Okay.
It was just Luke and Yoda training him to to close his eyes when he's jumping through trees and vines and to sense use the Force to help him see.
What's up, Chris?
Ooh.
And there's another one of those that people aren't a big fan of that kind of infers that Maz Kanata helped Leia get the idea to get the Bosch body armor to go rescue Han, who's frozen in carbonite.
Oh.
Like she kills the stormtrooper and that takes the thing, but Maz gives her kind of a suggestion. Like it's the first time Leia and her met each other.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. All right. Chris, you hear us or no?
Let me see.
I don't know if you can hear us. Is the chat open? We can talk to him?
I just asked.
Yeah. You hear us? No?
I've been spared here though.
Yeah. That's all right. HEAR. Yes, sir.
Is it working now?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
What's up, dude?
Not much. But
What do you got?
If you're a wrestling fan, you probably wound up in the hospital tonight.
Oh,
Why?
no.
The goat is back.
Daniel Bryan. He's back. He's able to wrestle after kind of a 2-year absence there.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Great.
I didn't think it was coming back at all.
He didn't think he was coming back at all either, but apparently every doctor and their mother cleared him to wrestle, so...
Wow.
Wow.
Probably
back.
because the WrestleMania cards.
So he's not permanently damaged at all then, right?
Not at all, no.
Good.
So
What a
he's now the
miracle.
most over man in the whole company, again.
Okay.
Vince
yeah.
is screaming, "Why isn't Roman Reigns getting that?"
So now is he going to be in
Basically.
WrestleMania maybe? And now or is it WrestleMania?
Absolutely, him and Shane are gonna fight
Oh,
Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
oh wow.
Wow.
That's probably why they cleared him, because their WrestleMania card wasn't looking too fancy.
So what was his injuries? Because I know he got injured, but I don't know what the injuries
So
were.
originally it was like his neck, and he had
Mm.
suffered some bad concussions and whatnot. And it was really
Ooh,
more of the
good Lord.
concussion. It was really more of the concussion syndrome that they were worried about.
Right.
And way back when, about 2 years ago, in February, I believe it was, they said, Daniel, you're taking your life in your hands if you continue to wrestle. And you've got you got a wife, you got a
Mhm.
daughter coming on the way. Maybe you should think about giving this up. And anybody knows anything about Daniel Bryan knows that he lives to wrestle.
Yeah.
So that was a big blow to him that he couldn't wrestle. But what kept coming up was that there were some doctors that were saying, no, Daniel, you're all right. You can still wrestle. It's not
Yeah,
as
it wasn't the
serious as
WWE
people were
doctors
saying.
that were letting him do it.
Yeah. And so he kept going to see doctors because his wife was telling him, go see another doctor, go get another opinion, and see what they're saying. If there's anything behind that, then take it to WWE and see if they'll let you wrestle. And then apparently the WWE said, listen, you go to these specialists and they say you can wrestle, we'll have our doctor look at you again. And if he says you're good to go, we'll take his word for it. He went to all the specialists. They all said, Daniel, you're fine. You're cleared. He went to the WWE doctor. The WWE doctor said, Daniel, you're cleared.
Wow.
So fingers crossed that he stays healthy because
Yeah.
You don't want to see another wrestler go, oh, such and such is now dead because, or such and such is
My
now
God.
from the waist or neck down.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
So that was good. That was a surprise to come home from work today to see Daniel
Yeah.
Bryan cleared, and then he comes out on SmackDown. He's like, "Hey guys, guess what? I'm back." And then it was like,
People
"All
probably
right."
lost it, right?
I was so
they broke the
happy.
news on Twitter before SmackDown started.
Yeah,
Mm.
I was so happy.
So he really loved this guy.
Daniel Bryan is arguably the best wrestler in the world behind AJ Styles, in my
Wow.
opinion.
Wow.
Huh.
He's wrestled everywhere.
Give you that, yeah.
Japan, Mexico, you name it. Ring of Honor.
I'm glad he's back. He just needs to be really careful, though, because that's an injury you don't come back from.
And I remember he had a really bad injury once in the ring back in the day.
We don't need another Christopher Reeve.
Oh God.
So what, Chris, what's going on? I saw the poster from Godzilla.
Yeah. So the sequel poster for Godzilla Planet of the Monsters came out, and we now have an official title, which I'm very happy because the original title was way too long. This one's still kind of long, but I like it better. So apparently it's going to be called Godzilla City on the Edge of Battle.
Ooh, nice.
And there's some interesting stuff going on with this one because we know Mechagodzilla is in the movie, and he's on the poster. And if the poster is to be taken into account, he's bigger than Godzilla.
Oh.
Ooh,
By
damn.
a lot.
How could that be?
He's huge. I mean, he's gigantic. Now there's kind of a misconception going on here because if you saw Godzilla Planet of the Monsters, and this is a minor spoiler, at the beginning of the movie, they had a Mechagodzilla that they couldn't get to work, but he was the same size as the Godzilla of the time, who was 50 meters tall, I believe. Godzilla Earth, which is that Godzilla 20,000 years later, is over 300 meters tall. So how this Mechagodzilla grew to that height, we don't really know yet.
Well, he got 20,000 years to grow, right? So,
Well, Mechagodzilla wouldn't grow because
I mean, well, they had 20,000 years to make him bigger.
there's nobody on the planet that could do that, though,
Oh,
as far as we know.
interesting.
So
Aliens.
it's this weird kind of thing. But one of the things that I'm more interested in, and I don't know, like I think only a few people have caught this that I've seen, if you saw it at the end of Godzilla Planet of the Monsters, you know, again, this is a spoiler. The main character was saved by a native of the Earth that remained on the Earth. Allegedly, she has a twin sister. So immediately when I heard, twin sister, I was like, oh, I see where you're going with this.
Mothra, right?
Yeah. So I'm assuming the third Planet of the Monsters movie is going to have something to do with Mothra, who's probably going to try and make everybody play nice, I guess.
What about King Ghidorah or anything like that, no?
I
Ghidorah,
don't see
whatever?
Ghidorah showing up in this series. I did at the beginning when one of the aliens that was in the movie said, you know, I've seen other planets get destroyed by monsters like Godzilla.
They used to call him Ghidorah, right? And then they called him Ghidorah. Like,
They
then they
called him
changed it.
Ghidorah, then they changed it to Ghidorah.
Right.
I don't see him showing up in this, and I'm okay with that because I don't want every incarnation of Godzilla to be like he has to fight Ghidorah.
Right.
So it's okay if he doesn't show up in one or two versions. I think since we're getting Ghidorah in Godzilla 2, I don't really need Ghidorah to show up in anything else right now, to be honest.
Okay. I'm psyched. That's cool.
So that comes out in Japan in May 18th, I believe. So that means we'll probably get it probably 2 or 3 months afterwards on Netflix.
Okay.
So
that's cool. And the third one we'll get next year, right?
It depends on when it comes out in Japan, because I know it's supposed to come out at the end of the year. Depending on when it comes out, we might get it at the end of the year, but I'm thinking maybe in January of next year.
Has it been a success in Japan?
I know that the movie came out in theaters. Planet of the Monsters came out in theaters in Japan. I don't think it did as well as they were hoping.
Okay.
It didn't do anywhere near what Shin Gojira did, but that's just like an anomaly. That movie, that's one of those anomalies that will remain in the film history. But it didn't do bad. I think the Netflix response, from what I heard, was pretty decent. So I mean, they're obviously okay with it. So
right. All right. Now, anything going on with Star Wars?
Not too much from what I've heard. I mean, I know that the novel for The Last Jedi came out, which apparently is worth picking up. Just a couple like canon things here and there, stuff with like Maz Kanata and whatnot that I think you guys were talking about before. Nothing too crazy. Nothing.
Now, Mark Hamill voiced Luke Skywalker, younger version.
Well, he's done that before, yeah.
Yeah, so he's doing that now, or is that's already done?
I don't know what you're talking about, to be honest with you.
Ben, what was the thing they were just saying that Mark Hamill was voicing Luke with Yoda?
Yeah, it was in Forces of Destiny.
Yeah.
Him and Yoda training in Dagobah, jumping the trees.
Okay. So now we heard that Rian Johnson's they're starting to work on his trilogy.
Yeah.
Are you psyched for that, or I mean?
I am. Yes, I'm very excited to see what he's doing with his, because I think my speculation on him is on his series is that they told him he could do whatever he wants within reason. And within reason, I mean don't go too far over the rails or off the rails. But what most intrigues me about that is, since it's not connected to the main story, you can kind of do whatever you want. And again, as long as you stay within reason, and you can go in a lot of different directions, you can introduce new things, and maybe some of that will tie in later on. Who knows? It doesn't have to tie in at all. I'm interested in hearing what he's doing. Like, what is the story going to be? When is it set? Who are we following? What are they doing? What is the point of this? Personally, I think he's telling some sort of story about the Jedi. I think that's what he's going to be allowed to do. something related to that.
Could he be creating a new group that's from the teachings of the Jedi, but not Jedi?
Oh, potentially. And there's nothing off the table right now. But personally, I think if they're going to do anything, I think they're probably going to tell a story about the Jedi. Something along those lines. Now, as to what the guys from Game of Thrones are doing, I have no idea what they're doing. Like, I don't even have a thought as to what they could be doing.
So potentially, we're still going to have these spin-offs.
Yes.
Right? And then
depending on how Han Solo does.
Right. Well, oh, really? Because if that tanks, we're not going to have spin-offs?
Oh, no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying, like, we're going to get these other 2 trilogies, most likely. But as far as, like, anthology films, like Rogue One and Han Solo, I think Han Solo is really going to set the tone as to whether or not they keep doing those one-off type of movies or not.
See, now, Episode 9 comes out next year.
Yeah.
Right? And then Rian Johnson's thing will come right in, right? That will take the place of the episodic.
Apparently not. Apparently it might be another anthology film after 9. And then Rian Johnson's trilogy, potentially comes in.
Well, no, that's what it is. It's always 1 year is episode, 1 year is anthology, 1 year is episode. So I'm saying,
as of right now, yeah.
So what? So all right. So say 2019 is episode 9. 2020 is probably Ben Kenobi, right? Or whatever. And then 2021 is Rian Johnson. And then 2022 is spin-off, then Rian Johnson, then spin-off, then Rian Johnson. Then when Rian Johnson's done, then we get Game of Thrones people, right? Supposedly.
That if they stay the way they're doing it now, then yeah, I would say that's probably what's going to happen. But we
don't have a sequel to the episodic thing for another 10 years, probably.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a while before we see 10, 11, and 12, to be honest with you.
All right. That's fair. Now, what's going on with Avengers?
Well, not necessarily Avengers, but it's Marvel related, and this is a story you're not gonna like.
What?
Yeah. If this is true, now if this is true.
Oh God.
Well, you'll see. So take this with a grain of salt, but there was a potential quote unquote plot leak for Venom.
Venom?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And something stood out in this plot leak that really is making me scratch my head. Actually, it's 2 things that's making me like, why? The first thing is, and again, this could be spoilers, so if you don't want to know, stop watching now. Apparently, there are 3 symbiotes in this movie.
Oh, come on!
What?
And
Venom,
the main villain of the movie has at least one of them.
Oh, goody.
Jesus H.
But wait, it gets better. It gets better. Wait. This is going to be the thing that you really don't like, and I'm almost certain it's true, because that trailer probably told us this already, and we just don't know it yet.
I know what you're going for.
You know, Ben, and you know.
Don't tell me that only certain people could bond with the symbiote.
No.
Okay.
No, that would be better compared to what I'm about to say.
Dun, 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 dun.
So, apparently, Venom doesn't show up in this movie till the end.
Oh.
And Eddie Brock only uses parts of the symbiote throughout the movie. For example, they said it covers his arms at one point. It makes a shield for him during a car chase scene. It makes like extra arms and tentacles and stuff. But they said at the end, when he's fighting the main villain, he turns into the classic Venom. Apparently.
Oh my God.
With Sony.
Boy. Good job,
I
Sony.
smell something stinking.
It's like it just seems to me, and it's just by the sounds of this, it's just like he has to collect all the parts for it to bond together.
Yeah.
No, it's not like that. It's apparently the way they described it, it's that he has the whole symbiote,
Right.
but it just doesn't form fully until the end of the movie. Like it's
Because
still
it bonds
bonding
with
to
him.
him.
Because it
Yeah.
completely bonds with him.
Yeah, it's still bonding to
God.
him throughout the movie.
Oh
So
my
now
God.
I'm kind of 50-50 on that idea because I
This
understand
movie
what they're going
sucks
for.
instantly.
But my thing is, like, I would be okay with this if Sony had made a couple of good movies beforehand,
Oh
and
God.
then they wanted to try something. Then I would be like, okay. With this, I'm like, this
It
is
sounds
kind of
like the Hulk. I'm sorry.
Oh God, this is horrible.
It sounds like, okay, I'm getting angry. Here's this tidbit he hulks out. He gets angry again. Here's this bit.
This is stupid.
No.
This is the stupidest thing you could possibly do.
Now again, this might not be true.
It
So
better not be.
you know,
If it does, it'll be
It
another
better not be.
example to get all the Spidey rights back. If that fails,
Please
Silver and Black Cat fails.
put that on your itinerary. Unbelievable. You know what?
Jesus.
You had one job. I'm sorry. You had one job. One job. And that is to do a successful Venom movie. And when you're doing a Venom movie, you can't do it half-ass. This
No.
ain't no generic version of it. This ain't no, like, I got 25% right, so we can only do this. You need to spend money on a Venom movie. You have to spend money on a Venom movie. You can't do it where Eddie Brock is just like, ah, like shaking his head and doing crazy stuff like, and like, blah, like,
Basically,
what are you
we all
doing?
remember, all of us who remember seeing the Doctor Who Fourth Doctor adventure of Ark in Space. This is what it's starting to sound like. It takes over, it starts out the dude's arm, and then that, or they're making a remake of the Blob.
This is just sickening.
That face make when Spider-Man 3 has more Venom than the
So
Venom
this is
movie.
going to go, all right. I'm going to make a prediction really early on. This is going to be the worst selling movie in history, one of the worst Marvel movies, or not Marvel movies, or Sony movies, whatever, in history that will basically define Marvel to actually say no next time, regardless of a deal with Spider-Man, because you're going to damage the character so bad that it's not even worth trying to get Spider-Man for a continued deal, because you're going to shatter the images of all these characters. Just think about that for a minute. They're trying to play nice with Sony, but you're going to destroy Venom, Black Cat, Silver Sable, Mysterio, Green Goblin, every single main villain, because they want to make this cinematic universe, and you're going to ruin all the characters. And what are you going to have for them to play with or fight with? All new people? It's stupid. So I think Marvel needs to do something.
My question is with Marvel, does this movie count as part as MCU, even though it's Venom? No. Well, why are they? I mean, why are they making it then?
No, apparently it is.
This is not MCU.
Apparently so.
Is it?
Really?
Apparently so. Yes.
Because I was thinking.
It's not part of a phase, but apparently it's related to it in some form or another.
If it's not part of the phase, it's not 100% connected.
That's not true, no.
Why?
No, because they never came out fully and said it's not. And every time someone has tried to say that, there's always been something that said, yes, it is.
But they don't have any showing of that being part of the phase.
Could it?
We don't know that.
Could that?
Because Tom Holland was on set.
Could I say this? I think as people might be looking at it is the fact that because even though Spider-Man is part of MCU, Venom is in that universe. So they probably looking at it through relation to that. That's why they're part of the MCU universe. Because they all...
They can't say it's like an alternate reality with Tom Holland?
They could. I mean, they there's no reason they can't say that, but... I really think it depends on how this movie goes, because if this movie does well, somehow...
It's not.
If it does, though, let's say hypothetically, I don't see Kevin Feige being like, no, it's not. You know he's going to come out and be like, yeah, you know.
I honestly think that he's hoping it fails so that way he can basically say, see, I told you.
Who knows?
You kind of like put me on the spot there.
if they're saying this is part of MCU, how would that work with Sony? Because that means that anything they produce,
Sony's the one that said it.
really.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yes, we covered this a while. Yeah,
Well, you
this
learn
was something
new
we've
every
covered.
day.
Yeah, it's this weird. It's like the Cloverfield paradox. Like
Oh, God.
it's there, but it's not.
Okay.
It's like it's one of these weird like. It's a blood relative of it, like
Yeah.
they were saying with 10 Cloverfield Lane. But it's like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
It's like the
and now
moment
we
it
know they're
fails.
connected.
The moment it fails, Disney like doesn't count its existence.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
moment it fails.
basically, yeah.
Mm.
Well, I wasn't expecting this news from you, Chris, today.
Yeah, I'm hoping this is fake, to be honest with you, but
Now, let me ask you another question. What's this rumor that the secret deal that they had to get the Skrulls and Captain Marvel, that Silver Surfer's in the Infinity War?
you know, I heard a little bit about that today. I wouldn't put too much into that, to be honest, right now, till more stuff comes out. However, would that surprise me as like a Avengers 4 potential end credits scene? No, it wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Because how do you top Infinity War? You have to do something with like Galactus
A versus X.
something,
A
or
versus X.
that.
Avengers
Or
versus
that.
X-Men, or I don't know if you're going to do a Secret Wars or with the multiverse, with the battles. I'm talking about the rebooting Secret Wars that just came out 2 years ago, whatever. But I don't think I think it's too early for that. Seeing alternate universe versions of heroes fighting each other and stuff. I mean, yeah. It's got to be on a big scale, but it's not going to be as big scale as Infinity War. So it's going to have to go down a little bit to build itself up again.
Well, yeah, but you know that the end result of the next few phases is going to have to be something that's apparently bigger than this.
It's going to have to. It's going to have to be A versus X. I would
It's
think.
either going to be that or something with Galactus.
Your wars.
Yeah, something with Galactus in it. But then you're going to have the Fantastic Four in it. You're going to have this whole, you know. So we also got word that Benedict Cumberbatch said that he's in the dark about a Doctor Strange sequel. They didn't say anything to him about it.
Oh wow.
I hope there's a sequel. I really like the first one.
Yeah.
But then again, you don't know if they're going to kill him off either.
That's true.
God.
I mean, they might have just created it and then kill him off because maybe they just wanted it as, you know.
You know what was kind of funny, too, since we're on the Marvel kick here for now? I saw Black Panther over the weekend.
Right.
Yes, yeah.
And I really liked it. I thought it was fantastic.
Great.
There was one thing, though, that really bothered me. That
Really?
just kind of it stood out to me, and I was like, hold on. Somebody forgot to look at the continuity.
Okay.
So there's a part where, again, spoiler, minor spoiler.
Right.
And it's really nothing big. I'm making it sound like it's really big. It's really not.
Well,
But-
it would be a big deal. Go ahead.
Well, here's the thing, right? So everybody who's seen the movie, right?
Mhm.
You remember the
Yeah.
part where Killmonger picks up the staff and he's like, "This is a sonic weapon,"
Uh-huh.
and he was
Yeah.
like, "This can get through metal detectors and it can take out a tank and yada
Yeah.
yada yada," right?
Mm-hmm.
I remember sitting there and I was like, "Why is that so special?" The U.S. military had that in 2008. In fact, they used truck-mounted versions of that against the Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
What are you trying to tell me here? Like, are they really that advanced?
Mm.
Because
right.
as soon as he said that, I was thinking like, well, if they had truck-mounted versions of that in 2008, it's 10 years later.
Yeah.
I mean, could it be that Wakanda kind of gave them the technology to go get the Hulk?
I think
Right.
they're overestimating their chances of taking over the world. That's what I think. But yeah,
Wow. Well, that's a mind. I mean, that's You know,
I just thought it was pretty funny. I mean, like I saw that and I was like,
It's pretty
yeah. It's like not your best example there.
what did you
Killmonger,
get
but
Killmonger?
I thought he was all right. I don't. My thing was, I was really into his character at the beginning of the movie.
Right.
Like when he yells when he was yelling at that the woman that worked in the art department, or in the art department. The whole thing's an art department in the museum of in London or wherever they were, and he was like, "Did your ancestors pay a fair price for it?" I was like, "Oh, I'm into this." Like, because he just made a really good point. Where I stopped being into him was when he took over, because when he took over Wakanda, I was like, okay, this could be good, and then he just turned into generic villain number 2. Like, I want to take over the world. Like,
but the thing is, he's nuts.
But he's not, though.
He's though.
He's not, though.
I don't think so.
You don't think he's nuts?
He's not crazy. No, I can't say that he's like out there, because everything that he said was true. But my thing is that when he became king, it was like all that went away, and now I just want to take over.
No, it wasn't all true, because I'll tell you why. He views his father as like up here, right? That's not what his father was, though. His father betrayed Wakanda for his own personal gain and didn't really care about, people in the streets. He just used that as an excuse. But he was kind of he was scum, the father.
I didn't think that at all.
Really?
No.
I gotta say that too.
Not at all. No. He actually was pissed about what was happening in other countries with the way I'm just gonna say it, with the way that black people were being treated.
Right.
He was very upset about that, rightfully so. And I can't say that Killmonger was nuts, because he's not wrong.
I think
you just he was just, what's the word? He's not nuts, but he just has anger management
to the extreme really quickly.
Anger management issues.
Here's the thing that I feel about Killmonger, and I probably commented last time on this. I do, when I reflect upon this, I think that he was a victim of circumstances that was beyond his control. He saw something happen to his father that was horrible, and he grew up with a lot of unanswered questions. He had to probably survive on the street by himself, and that filled into his psychosis, his psychological profile, because he goes through his father's things and find the book and found out that where he was from Wakanda. Now, this played into the fact that these people had something to do with it. I'm finna find out who killed my father, and I'm going to exact revenge. So, yes, he was madman, but he did systematically plan stuff out to the point where he know how he was going to do this. Like, nobody, if you're mad, you'll just go out there and do stuff. But he strategically knew what to do. He went out there, he joined the army or wherever, special forces, to learn how to kill people. And then he got a kill tally. And that's how he got, I guess that's what he named the Killmonger, because he got that tally and had like a lot of victims on his chest. So to me, I think that played a lot into what happens when he takes over, that he's now at the top. Now he's going to exact revenge on everybody else, because still the answers his answer was not fully satisfied.
My thing is, I would have liked to see more of his rule.
Yeah.
Because I felt that was very rushed. Like, he took over, and then it was like immediately. Like, I felt like I blinked and they found T'Challa already, and I was like, didn't he just throw him off a waterfall? Like, can we have a moment to think maybe? Like, we know he's not dead.
It was very fast.
Let it breathe, and then be like, look, we found him.
Exactly.
This is his moment. And then someone made a really good point too, that because I was talking about this with some of my other friends, and they were like, wouldn't it have been really interesting to see, like, for a couple of, like, let's say weeks or so, let's say Killmonger was the king of Wakanda, right? Wouldn't it have been interesting for things to slowly start to fall apart?
Yeah.
Like less people are on the street. They're not. Their technology is slowly being taken from them and given to the quote unquote higher ups in Wakanda. They're since Killmonger was like, so no more of the ritual stuff. You know, the way they dress starts to change.
Mm-hmm.
The city slowly
I think that
starts
the
to
whole
get
point,
a little
They
bit.
didn't want to do that because they wanted to show that it was going to end quick, and the world wouldn't be aware of what's happening because it was so fast.
Well, I know, but since this story was contained in like the microcosm of Wakanda,
Right.
it's like show the effect of that, and then be like, this is what's going to happen to the rest of the world if this guy takes over.
Oh, so you're saying that they didn't show the consequences of his actions, like how
Right,
it
yeah,
affected people.
because
Yeah.
yeah, because like he took over, and I was like, but nothing's changed.
Yeah.
Like they're
I
still
agree.
they're still okay. That's why I was really
Mhm.
kind of like, when he took over, I was kind of like, nah, he's turned into Loki. Like there's
Mhm.
nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing here that's making me say, wow, this guy has a point. When he took over, I was like, someone's got to kill him. Because he's going to just destroy everything. So I was really kind of like, when he took over. But I thought before that, he was fantastic. Like I was like, this is great. I mean, this guy is freaking, he's making me question who I should side with here.
Yeah.
Right.
But when he took over, I was kind of like, okay.
Yeah, I get that because it was kind of fast. It was like there was no consequences like to what the people was happening. They just lived normal, like nothing was going on basically.
Yeah. And I got to say, too, Michael B. Jordan should get a friggin' award for this movie.
Oh, he was
Yeah.
outstanding.
He was fantastic.
Outstanding.
I'll second that.
I agree with that one. Doing well.
Yeah,
Definitely doing well.
really is.
He's doing well. The movie's doing well. I mean, he's doing Creed 2.
Mm.
That's interesting. He's also got this other movie now where he's going to be leading a troops or something. What was that thing called? I think in one of the wars or something. It's like some big war movie he's going to be.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he got. It's going to be huge. We'll have more on that later. Oh, The Liberators. Oh, no, Michael B. Jordan is going to produce this thing called The Liberators.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So it's about the 761st Regiment in World War II, an entirely African-American combat unit whose heroism led to the segregation of the armed forces. Okay. All right. There you go.
You play the Fantastic Four in a shitty Fox movie, you get rewarded with a good Marvel movie.
Ah. There you go. Got really quiet. Good night, Susie.
Yeah, good night.
Right.
I kind of typed that last.
Somebody has to liberate the rest of the cast from Fantastic Four because they're actually pretty good actors.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or you could have a great actor like Peter Capaldi, and you could have shitty scripts.
Ugh.
I mean, we keep getting over that over and over and over again. But people
gotta
say we
play-
hate on Capaldi because they're not.
Man, I don't hate on Capaldi.
No,
Never.
The guy that played
Anyway,
Reed Richards in 2015 Fantastic Four is the lead in Ready Player One.
So now, what else is going on, Chris? Is there what's going on in Transformer Land there? Anything going on with Transformers? Bumblebee?
I really have no idea. I haven't heard anything about Transformers in a long time, to be honest with you.
Now, is
Squad.
John Cena really trying to be doing tons of movies now, or what? Like, what is he? What's his deal? Is he trying to be like The Rock?
Yes,
That's not gonna happen.
I don't think so.
Probably
But
not.
yeah, I mean, he's right now. I mean, wrestling wise, he's still pretty, involved with wrestling stuff. He's trying to challenge the Undertaker at Mania this year,
Man.
which I
Maybe
don't
American
think is a
Badass.
good idea.
I don't think that's a good idea neither.
Especially if you saw what happened last year.
Isn't
I
Undertaker
think-
retired though?
Yes, that was the thing. It was like he retired last year, quote unquote retired, and now they're like reeling him back in. I don't know if he wants to come back or if they're trying. I think he probably wants to come back.
Probably getting bored out of his mind.
Probably.
That's the thing. When you just stop doing something you're used to doing, and it's like, well, what the hell am I going to do now?
Well, here's the thing about that, though. I can understand if you stop doing it, like because you think it's time to stop. Last year was really hard to watch.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
He could barely move.
Oh, then why is he doing it then?
That's what I'm saying. Like there was all right. I'll give you an example. He fought Roman Reigns last year in the main event of Mania, right?
Right.
And they went to do a spot where Roman like picked him up to do like a tombstone kind of thing, and what was supposed to happen is the Undertaker was supposed to like flip over and catch Roman and give him a tombstone, right?
Yeah, he had trouble doing that one.
They couldn't even do it. Like he could barely stand.
Oh God, how old is the Undertaker?
I think he's in his late 50s. I think.
Yeah.
So, I'm not entirely sure though, but it wasn't something you wanted to see. And then at the end.
52.
At the end of the match, he took off the coat, he took off the hat, the gloves, and he left it all in the middle of the ring. And then he walked away.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
You know what? Honestly, there comes a point in time when that's it.
Yep.
It's done. You can't get the mileage is out. Like you can't. I'm not trying to be. You don't want to embarrass yourself. And you know what? I don't know if they're going to do a thing where they're going to have a new type of Undertaker and they're going to use that gimmick for somebody else. I remember that time that they're not going to do that.
No.
No.
I'll go with Taker once he officially.
All right. You remember that time he had like a twin brother and it was like that other Undertaker thing. Brian Lee was his friend, right? They fought each other.
Yep.
That was interesting.
Now, I mean, who knows? Maybe he's feeling better. And he's like, listen, I can do another match, and if that's the case, I say give it a shot. But if it's gonna be like it was last year, I just don't want to see that because there's nothing to be accomplished from seeing the Undertaker fumble around the ring.
He can get hurt though, really bad. I mean, could he walk now?
He can walk now. It's just there's a difference between being able to walk and then performing in the ring. You know, and he, now to be fair, he's going up against Cena, who I don't think is the greatest wrestler in the world, but he can carry a match to a point if he has to. My concern is this: are they bringing the Undertaker back just to lose, or
why even bother then?
Exactly. Like, but here's the thing though. Like on the flip side, if he wins, what's the point?
Yeah.
Are they just mentioning him and he's not coming back at all, and they're just trying to like get a stir?
So basically, what's been happening is Cena has been on this quest to try and find an opponent for WrestleMania.
Right.
And every path that he's gone down, he's lost. Something has happened. So he was like, you know what? I want the Undertaker. People keep telling me I can't fight him, but I want the Undertaker.
Well,
and now his thing is not at WrestleMania.
Oh, okay.
But now his thing is like, I want to fight the Undertaker. The Undertaker won't respond. He's like, the Undertaker's a coward. That's it. And it's like, okay.
He's tired, dude. Like, get over it.
And then Kane comes out and chokeslams him.
My thing is just like it's not believable because the Undertaker, and I know that people can say, well, the guy's supposed to be a zombie, and you're saying that's believable. Listen, the match he had last year is all the proof that I need that he can't wrestle anymore. At least not well. And I don't want to see him get hurt, A. And B, I don't need to see The Undertaker, who's arguably the greatest character in professional wrestling.
Exactly.
I don't want to see him barely able to move in the ring. And it just be hard to watch. I don't want to see that.
And plus, there's so much that the body can take. Because back in the day, he used to be all over those hardcore matches and the cage match and ladder matches and stuff like that. That takes a toll on the body, even after it's been done. So
Yeah, the rumor's been going around that maybe he'd be back as the biker, American Badass.
I don't know.
I don't know,
Kid
man.
Rock's being inducted. He can play him out
That's
to the
rough.
ring.
I mean, nobody else came back, right? And The Rock's not gonna wrestle.
Well, The Rock's no, he's not wrestling in this.
They're not connected with Hogan anymore, right?
Well,
They're back with Hogan now again.
they have been pretty liberal with saying his name and showing clips of him as of late.
So now he's back in the Hall of Fame.
He was never not in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, he's not in the Hall of Fame.
He is in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
They
he's-
never took him out.
Oh, but they just didn't mention that he's in the Hall. They just like took him off the
No, no,
website.
they had no qualms with mentioning that he was in the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
So I mean, I think he's going to be back sooner rather than later, which to me is kind of like, okay,
Well, he's
But-
richer. I mean, he won a lot of money from that case.
yeah. But I
Hmm.
mean, I've never been a big fan of Hogan, and
I
so
was
like,
a huge
the less
fan
I
when I was
see
a
of him,
kid.
the better.
When I was a kid, I was huge.
Hulkamania.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I went crazy back in the day. But after a while, it was like, yeah.
I need to figure out where Hogan started, because I could have sworn that he started from Mid-South and then went over to WCW.
Yeah, he wrestled in the AWA before he went to WWE.
Mhm.
Ghana.
I miss the days. That's what I miss about wrestling. I miss the days when it was WCW and WWF.
Well, there are other wrestling companies on TV besides WWE. There's Ring of Honor, Impact Wrestling, and Lucha Underground. So,
See if any wrestling close or anything like that.
other shows.
Yes.
I don't know. What else? Anything else going on?
Trying to think.
Look at that.
Oh, yes.
Hillbilly Jim, he's going into the Hall of Fame this year.
Really?
Yeah!
Yeah.
Good old country boy.
That's right.
Mark Henry's also going in too.
Wow.
Yep.
Is Mick Foley in there?
Oh, yeah.
Mankind?
He went in last year or the year before.
Nice.
Look at that one.
Oh, yeah.
He had Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus come out when he got inducted.
That's cool.
Nice.
He's a big Santa Claus fan.
I have them handy, my wrestling cards.
That must have been a couple years ago too, because I'm pretty sure that was the same. Like during his speech, he was like, "I never beat Chris Jericho."
Yeah, he
And
elbow
then
dropped
Chris
him,
Jericho was in the
runs up and
crowd.
counts the pin.
Yeah, he jumped up on the stage and he took a pinfall for him.
Yeah, I remember that. CM Punk jumps on the stage and counts the pinfall.
Now Chris Jericho's retired too.
No, Chris Jericho's over in New Japan and he's making like a huge name for himself over there.
Really?
He fought
So
Kenny
when he
Omega.
comes back,
Oh wow.
Good
when he
grief.
comes back, he's gonna be even bigger than he was before.
He
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
huge when he was in WWE.
Dude, he's
What?
a wrestler, a podcaster, and a rock and roll star. He's a triple threat.
He was huge.
That is true.
Well, his last run in the WWE where he was doing the thing with the list.
I love the
Like I don't know if you guys saw that. That was the most over thing for like how long, Ben? Like a year and a half.
Yeah, their memes and gifs of you just made the
Oh
list.
Gosh, that like it's just he just came out one day and again, you know, it's kind of funny because it had to do with Mick Foley. You know,
Mhm.
Mick Foley was the GM of Raw at the time, and
Yeah.
Jericho was getting pissed off at all the decisions he was making. So he came
Mhm.
out one night with this clipboard,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
he was
Foley,
like,
You know,
"I have a
half the
list
video-
of all my grievances with Mick Foley." And then he like all these tag teams came out and they were yelling at each other, and he was like, "You know what? You've all made the list." And then from there, it took off like
Wow.
crazy.
Oh, I remember that. I didn't know where it came from, though. You made the. You
I
all
mean,
made the
they
list.
were selling clipboards that said the list of Jericho.
Oh my God.
Pop vinyl. The Jericho pop vinyl, I think, comes with him holding the list of Jericho.
Oh my goodness! I have to look this up now.
And then you got the broken Woken recording.
The
That's
funniest
like
one,
when Stone Cold was like, "What? What?
Yeah.
That was like over too. Yeah.
The funniest one I think was I think it was after the Super Bowl, where people were they were calling Tom Brady the GOAT, and Jericho was like, "You stole my nickname, Tom. Do you know what happens when you steal my nickname?" And he put him on the list.
Oh my God.
He put the Undertaker on the list once. It was great.
Yeah. And then you've got broken Matt Hardy.
No, that's fantastic.
Are the Hardys still there or are they gone?
Matt Hardy is like the most over guy in wrestling.
Yep. Jeff got into a car accident from being pissed drunk, so he hasn't been on TV in a while.
Oh, but they're not firing him though.
No, he's had problems before with his drugs and alcohol. Jeff's a bit of a wild card. Brother Nero.
That's interesting. All right.
I don't watch WWE. I just follow what happens on Twitter.
I just do. I just watched like a few seconds of
3
it.
hours is too long to sit through WWE's
Oh,
stuff.
Chris, what happened with the deal? Is it going to be with USA or is it going to be with Fox?
I haven't heard anything about that. I think their contract ends in 2019. So I'm assuming we're going to hear more about that next year. I know for a fact, though, that, well, I mean, not a fact, but I have a good idea that we're going to get a lot of marketing for the XFL next year. Which, yeah.
With what network? Fox?
I'm guessing.
So that's why he's going to Fox, probably.
Possibly.
Well, Matt Hardy just tweeted Hulk Hogan, "I could certainly submerge you into the lake of reincarnation, Hogan of Hollywood. It truly does work wonders for deleted vessels."
Wow.
Matt Hardy's whole thing is that he's gone nuts. Like, he's literally lost his mind.
Crazy.
Right.
And he thinks like he's this like celestial being. And it's just hilarious. Like he was talking to a giraffe.
Yep, George Washington.
And he was like, "Oh, thank you, George Washington."
Yeah, it started in Impact Wrestling, but they recently got the rights to the whole thing.
Oh my goodness. I just watched like a few seconds of the Chris Jericho thing with the list, and he just pointed to somebody in the crowd and said, "You just made the list." I'm like, what the
He's got his own, Matt Hardy's got his own personal drone Vanguard one.
Oh no.
They can do different protocols, like the boomstick protocol where it launches fireworks off to distract his opponent.
Oh my God.
He's got Senior Benjamin.
I got to get back into this.
Skarsgård.
His dilapidated boat.
How's Ronda Rousey? How's she doing?
Still pointing at signs.
Remember how they said she was going to be there every week up until Mania?
Nope.
Why?
They had to find people with Snicker bars.
Oh, damn.
Maybe she tripped on a jelly donut or something. I don't know.
Really?
I have no idea.
Rhonda, you're not yourself when you're hungry. Have a Snickers.
Oh my God.
She turns into Earth.
Well, you're on the list again. You just made the list again.
What happened to a Slim Jim or something? Wow.
You see where Vaughn? You see how it's affecting Vaughn? That's how everybody who saw this was.
He just swear this dude just come out with a clipboard and tell everybody on a list. It's brilliant.
I was right.
Brilliant.
Oh, man.
And you got to like some of the guys like they would play along with it, like they would be begging him not to put like Xavier Woods. He was out there, and Jericho was like, "You know what, Xavier?" And Xavier just got to the mic. He's like, "No, please, Chris, no."
Put me on the list.
Put me on the list.
That's
Yeah,
great.
speak of the devil, here's the Chris Jericho pop vinyl where he's holding his little clipboard.
That's the greatest marketing. Oh my God.
You want to get your?
Oh, God.
The list of Jericho. How nice.
I think those action figures come with the list in certain sets too.
Oh man.
I might have to get that pop. I love Chris Jericho.
That's the greatest comedy bit ever. Just put people on the list.
Pop vinyl
That's
Chris
awesome.
Jericho.
I'm
I
already
wish-
on-
Great.
I literally wish that I could go up to my job and say, I have grievances and clear and clippable. And then this is what you did. Your name is going to be put on the list today.
Well, you know what it is? It's like the old expression, "You're on my shit list."
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's basically what it is. It's like you're on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
It's PG rated for the children in the
There
audience.
you go. All right, guys. I was cool. Cool wrestling stuff. Is there anything else, Chris, or no? Was slow news day or what?
That's all. I mean, unless you're a wrestling fan, today was kind of slow.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about this Deadpool stuff? Are they still gonna do reshoots and stuff?
I'm assuming so.
Yeah. We're gonna find out when the movie comes out, which is very soon.
Yep.
They better finish it. You think it's gonna be delayed?
Not really.
No.
No.
Getting close, man.
Oh. By the way, I saw this before. Did everyone see the set photos of Captain Marvel's suit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The green one and then the regular one.
The Green Lantern? Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
She's the Green Lantern. Like, for real. It's
the
true.
origins are kind of like, you know.
Mm.
Well, technically, it's a weird paradox thing. I don't know. They had to change the origin. I know that because
Has everyone seen the Shazam suit?
No, I have not seen
Yes,
this thing.
I have.
Horrible.
I hope they're CGI enhancing that because.
Oh yeah, because there was another.
that looks like the thing from the '70s when they had the Justice League or whatever they were running with like tights on TV.
No, I'm sorry, Joe. I'm sorry. The one from the '70s, that outfit was a hell of a lot better than this wedding dress cape thing he's wearing now.
Wow.
You can actually tell they've packed Levi's suit as well.
There's a lot of tissues and paper towels, and that's
I don't know if it was tissues and paper towels, but
I only quicker picker up or
Oh
something.
God, really? That's a horrible costume.
yeah, you're seeing it now.
Yeah, I'm seeing it now. Yeah, that's good God.
Because a certain somebody who does other reviews, I won't mention her name, but said her own mother looked at it and made the comment about the wedding dress cape of his.
They got to be fixing that though, right?
Yeah.
Or no?
And it looks as though they actually took made up packs and just shoved it in the suit.
They got to be fixing that. They got to fix that. All right. And then on a high note or low note, whatever it is. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye for now.
Thank you.